just went scorch earth, but now I'm chill.
Would you go scorched earth then?
Just you name it. I went scorch earth on everything this morning. Name a subject. I went scorch earth on it.
I almost named a subject.
Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Hiller from Hiller Fit, Bryson Del Monte from Sentinel Training. There's a video that Andrew Hiller published today that I literally watched like 50 times. And it's actually quite comical, except for the fact that I'm sure it's probably bothering Brooke Wells a little bit, the judges at the ASJ. But I want to put some things into context before we dig in. There are a lot of athletes in this space. And every once in a while, an athlete comes across that you just don't hear anything bad about. And Brooke Wells is one of them. Have any of you guys ever heard anything bad about her? That she was mean or a bitch or was catty to other girls or wasn't fun to train with or wasn't honest or like, I mean, can you think of it? I mean, you know what I mean? Can you think of any stories?
Not like that. No.
A bit of a darling in the space.
That's reserved for Annie Thorsdottir, dude.
A bit of a darling, and it's not like she hasn't hung out with some controversial characters. She's over at HWPO, none of their shit sticks on her. She was over at Proven, none of their shit stuck on her. I mean, it's you know what I mean. She's weaved in and out of some scenes where there's a lot of drama and shit, right?
Yeah, she's cool.
Yeah, she cool. Bryson, you got any issues with her?
Maybe a little bit. I don't know.
A 1.8 million. You can go ahead and tell me. If you want to share it, feel free. 1.8 million followers. People love her. She got a twin sister. Everyone loves her twin sister. It's a cool story.
I mean, hey, dude. Let's be honest. She's got a history of moving poorly. That's the worst thing you can say about her.
Yes. I mean, what did that? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if maybe that's what Bryson was getting at either. Maybe not.
Is that what it is? I mean, moving poorly is not a big deal. Lots of people have moved poorly.
Yeah, she does have a history
of that. And Haley Adams have two of the ugliest snatches I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Worse than the men at the 2008 CrossFit Games.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
they were pretty bad back then.
Yeah. But on a personal level, this is just a great girl. This is a great lady. 9 times CrossFit Games athlete. I mean, she was sponsored by Noble. The fucking
that's the worst thing you've said about her so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brand that fired people if you didn't take the fucking injection, the one that supported Outwad, which was somehow affiliated with giving kids drugs to neuter them. I mean, but none of that shit stuck to her. She's a good girl. This is a good girl. Good mom. Good dad.
You know them?
No, I don't. Just painting a picture.
Okay.
I think one time I said something that I think she released a book and
can you click on that braid tutorial? Hey, that book, by the way, is unreadable. That's something that you can say. I tried to read it. I could not.
Oh, that's crazy too. Because you have great patience. When the book came out, I said, I hope there's some sex in it. And then I heard her dad heard that I said that and that he didn't like that. Yeah. Which I get. I mean, I don't know
why you would have even thought there would be. It's
because if I wrote a book, there'd be all sorts of sex in it. Every 8 pages.
Can you braid hair, Sevan?
I can not in any way that makes it.
I can braid hair.
You can, so it looks good.
Just like this.
Oh, wow! Yeah. I can do it, but it just won't look good.
I can make a braid, but I don't know how to like get it to start where you want it to start, and do separate ones, But I know the pattern that you have to do with the hair.
It's like tying a knot, Sevan. You should learn.
Yeah, I know how to braid. I just don't know how to make it so it would be tight. Maybe I do know how to do it so it would be tight and nice. I know how to braid.
Some sort of crazy knot in someone's
just pull harder.
Pull harder.
Maybe I'll start braiding my pubes. Okay, so that's the thing. Yeah. So there's Brooke Wells, great girl. Been to the CrossFit Games a ton of time. Only bad thing we could think about her is her book is shitty. She even trained some with J.R. Howell over.
That's subjective too.
Yeah, that's subjective. And we know that she trained a little bit with J.R. Howell over at CrossFit Crash.
Right.
And we know JR is a great guy. Okay. And then we know it's the CrossFit Games season, and we know that you have to do the semifinals.
Online. Or
online with the video, and then the whole world watches you. And the first thing we come across when she pops on the scene is this. Here we go. This is her doing a burpee, and if you watch the
bottom position of one of the burpees within her 5th round of burpees, lateral over the bar.
And I watched this video, and all of them look like this. I never saw her chest touch the ground once.
That's something that's important in all of this, that all of them look like this. With the exception of the ones on the other side of the bar, because they're on the other side of the bar. They don't look like this, but they're the same. And you can tell.
And are the rules your chest has, your nipples have to touch the ground? What is the rule? Your chest has to touch?
Chest.
Not nipples, but yes, chest.
Okay, does any part of that look like her chest to you, Bryson?
No.
You can't even stretch it like a little bit? You can't be like, well, it's a little bit above her belly button, maybe?
No, I don't think even with a stretch you could say that.
Okay.
The thing that I'm trying to tell people is that you can tell based upon where the shoulder is in relation to the elbow. I mean, anybody who's ever done a bench press as well knows that if you arch the holy hell out of your back, you're going to shorten the range of motion, but you can tell because the shoulder is above the elbow from the side profile. Like, even if you didn't want to say, oh, it's a chest, but a chest, it's an anatomical advantage. Every press is easier based upon where that is.
Yeah, she shortened her range of motion. Okay.
Yeah.
And then here are the other girls. Presumably chest. That was barely chest.
And look at where the shoulder is in relation to the elbow on all of them, other than, yes, the chest.
Yep, chest. Presumably chest. Wedgie. Chest. Jesus, that's chin. That's good. That's solid.
Yeah, man.
Who is that?
Kringle?
Wow,
No.
No.
Rolf?
No, Rolf didn't do it.
Is it like Paige Semenza or something?
No.
I mean, this chick, look at this chick flat. Okay, so that's clearly to me a judging issue.
Who the fuck was that?
What?
Do you know what I mean? That's clearly a judge's decision whether to make that legit.
No rep right away.
To no rep. Yeah, that's the judge's decision. And that's important, right? Is that who that falls on? Hiller?
No, it fucking falls on Brooke.
It falls on everyone.
I don't think it has to fall on one person. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Brooke's fault, but it's also
Okay.
the judge's fault for not no rep.
That's Gracie. That was Walton, I think.
Should I reach out to the community as president of the CAC and ask what they think? Should I do a poll so that I can take to the games team on this?
No, I hate consensus stuff. You're asking the wrong person.
That also wasn't Kringle.
It was Ariel.
That was Ariel? No, it wasn't.
Okay, but let me just outside of that, that is the judge's responsibility. Let's not just putting Brooke aside. It's fine if it's Brooke, but that is the judge's responsibility to no repper.
It can also be Brooke's responsibility to move up, but it still is also the judge's responsibility.
Yes. Okay, let's say everything is Brooke's fault. Let's just say that. But on top of that, it's her judge. The judge should have said something to her.
Yeah.
Two judges.
Sevon, the thing about this, in my opinion, is that it's not. I think it's being viewed as a competition where this is how you're presenting it as well. Like if I said, Taylor, go do 100 air squats for time, and then your score is your score when you're done. But that's not how this shit works. Because you should review a video of your air squats following your completion of it and been like, dude, what the fuck? On 3 of those, I wasn't going low enough. I got to redo this. There's a second review. It's part of this competition.
In an online competition, it falls way more on the athlete than it does in a live competition.
So there's like your performative act, and then there's the review of your act. And like a lot, I shouldn't say none of them because a lot of these motherfuckers are doing this. They're reviewing it and they're like making sure and potentially.
I would always
interrupted.
Every time I did a qualifier workout, I would send the workout to my coach, the link to my coach immediately once it uploaded. And then I would watch it myself, and I would watch it like 2 times. I'd watch it in slow speed. I'd be like, oh, John, I don't know about this rep at the X minute mark. What do you think about this? Do you think I'm good? Do you think I need to redo? I redid a lot of people were doing this at this point in time, but when wall walks first came back in the open, I redid that workout because all my reps, my hand was moving before my foot was on the wall. And I was like, man, I don't want to redo this workout, but we did it. This moment right now, with Brooke Wells in this specific instance, I think is a critical moment in the future or lack thereof of CrossFit Games, where if they let this slide, it is a blatant disregard for everything that they claim to hold true and they claim to believe in and they claim to place importance upon. And it just shows that it is rules for thee and not for me.
Oh, I don't know.
No, dude. This is the straw on the
Right.
camel's fucking back,
Jesus Christ.
dude.
So you're saying she got white privilege. You're saying you believe in white privilege. You think she got white privilege.
Oh, dude,
That's what Taylor
Brooke
said.
Wells probably should go ahead and read White Guilt. She's
You're out
the
of your
type of
mind.
person
You're
who needs
out of
to
your
read
mind,
that kind
dude.
of book,
Listen,
dude.
you're out of your mind.
I
But
think that's more so with the GHD thing. They need to really do something about that. This is a specific athlete and specific reps. The GHD thing is like we told you a rule, and we're just going to let the athletes decide that, hey, if we all do it this way, they can't kick us all out.
No,
Like,
dude. If they don't penalize Brooke Wells on this workout,
But what I'm saying, I agree with you, but don't say it's because of Brooke Wells or she gets special treatment.
it
I don't think-
is.
No.
It's because of two things.
Hiller
It's
used to
because
think
of-
that too 4 years ago. I
It's
wonder if he
because
still
of
thinks
what Dave posted on his week in review, saying they're not going to hurt people who are being
Ooh.
bullied. And now that Hiller made a video, they decide not to fucking penalize her.
that. Well, they haven't decided
Or
yet.
because of Brooke,
Damn,
and
that's
Dave
good.
has a crush on her. I don't know what to tell you, dude.
Jesus.
But if she doesn't get a penalty for not doing fucking burpees, I am gonna freak a leak.
If there's one person who has had what appears very heavily to be favoritism, it would have been Brooke Wells circa day 2016.
yeah.
With she showed capacity and none of the reps were good. And now they have this whole facade that is we have all the various judges in the room. We're gonna go with the judges if they do the teams. Like that is such a load of crap.
I also think if you're a camp and going forward, you place any amount of trust in the AFJ, you are as dumb as it fucking gets.
Okay, we'll
As
get to that.
dumb as it gets.
Okay, we'll get to that. Okay, let's come back. We'll come back
I'm
to that.
sorry,
Boy, this
I'm
is,
sorry.
no,
I
no,
gotta-
this is good. This is good. This is
I love
good.
you guys.
I really want to push back, and I thought I had you checkmated, and then you pulled
Taylor?
up.
Oh damn.
let him push back against anything I said.
I wanted to push back against Taylor. I thought I had him checkmated, but Dave did say that he was showing a little bit of like he was breaking in his week in review. I don't know if you guys remembered his week in review, but he was suggesting that it would turn into a popularity contest and somehow that would work against Brooke. Which is the irony is if it was a popularity contest, it'd work in favor of Brooke.
Right. I didn't
Because
get that at all.
Because if you took a vote, would you rather keep Sevon, Hiller, and Bryce in the community or Brooke? We all lose.
Didn't you just say you don't like consensus statements or consensus?
I don't. But in relative to what Dave was saying,
Right,
Taylor just
right.
kind of fucked Dave up. Okay, now
I
here's
do
where.
I do have a poll running on my Instagram.
Okay,
Speaking of consensus,
this is where the shit gets really weird, and this is unfortunately this is where it becomes it's gone into the absurd. It's gone into the comical realm. Okay, this is on HillerFit 2.0 Instagram account. This is just batshit crazy.
that's Mitchell Cooper.
Here we go. I'm gonna play this a couple times. It's so worth seeing a few times.
Some controversy on our hands today.
Move to the rings, face the camera, and complete 3 muscle-ups.
Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like
being mean or picking on someone.
We have some controversy
Okay, let's break this down.
on our hands today.
Move to the rings, face the camera,
Bryson, what did Adrian Bosman say?
He said, move to the rings and face the camera.
Is that what you heard also, Andrew?
In exact words, yes.
Okay, that's a consensus. Here we go.
and complete 3 muscle-ups.
Then what?
3 muscle ups.
Now, when I hear face the camera, I'm going to say that like one of the test of that would, can you see both person's eyes, right?
That's a good way to test that.
Right? Can I see both your nipples? Can I see both your eyes? But really, you should be able to draw a straight line between the cameraman and the nose
I mean, you're
I
getting.
would say from that straight line, it has to be 45 degrees.
I don't
from
like
straight line.
anymore because like, if you're my eyes are still here, but I'm not facing the camera. I'm an owl.
All right. Okay, so here we go.
What
So
were you saying? What did you say?
I said straight line from here and then 45 degrees out on either side, I would say is fair game.
No, dude, it's even simpler than that, in my opinion. Like, this isn't facing, but this is.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of what you're saying, right?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Same thing applies. Like, this isn't facing, and neither is this.
Yeah.
Certainly that. Like, if that wasn't, then it's certainly not when you've turned your shoulder to me. It's like the sun. Is it waning, or the moon? Is it waning or waxing?
Yeah, whatever it is, we know that what she's doing is not that. So.
okay, so here we go. And then this is Brooke Wells' submission. What workout is it? This is for semifinals workout. What number?
1.
1. Okay, here we go.
Wait.
Okay, and so here Andrew has put up the rule. It says penalties: muscle up, no rep to include. Facing away from the camera equals 1 rep penalty. Now, this is bizarre because she's not facing away from the camera. Well, I guess she is facing away.
She's facing away from the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should just say not following the.
Anybody who can critically think, use common sense. She is not facing the camera in any way you can think about it.
Okay, good. Okay, so she's broken the rule, and there's the penalty.
If you
so,
try to argue with me saying that she is in any way facing the camera, you're just an idiot.
okay, I'll go with that. I'm gonna
Or
go
you're
with
a
that. Bryson.
fanboy.
Or you're a fanboy.
Yeah, I think you can't argue that.
So you like her so much? By fanboy, you mean someone who likes her so much they're willing to argue the absurd?
Yes.
There's a yes or no answer to most questions, and the answer to this is no. She is not facing the camera.
Muscle up, no rep to include facing the camera equals penalty of 1 rep. Okay. And then boom, I'm assuming this.
God, she turns around to get there.
Yeah.
And Sevon, what does it mean when you turn around? It means your back is to us.
Why?
I'm facing you right now. What happens when I do this?
And it means you went out of your way to break the fucking rules.
So here, I have a couple questions for you. What about the camera angle? There's got to be 2 cameras, right? Like if I was filming, I'd set up an iPhone somewhere else. Why doesn't she just submit the camera angle? Maybe she has.
Sevon, that's not the answer. The question is, why doesn't she just face the other way? Because then she is facing the camera.
She can't face the other.
Why can't she look that way?
Oh. Well, that would help a little bit. That's for sure.
No, it would be all that would have
fine.
to be done. That's
all she has to do.
Why not move the camera and just put? Why not move the camera and just put it face on?
Because then you're probably going to have issues with the handstand walk and whatnot. This is just a segment of the video, right? Like
okay.
Angle over here. This is vertical for the post.
Okay.
But she needs to see where she's handstand walking, and that's all over here.
Okay.
But no, all she had to do is look that way.
Now, this judge, I'm assuming that as a judge, an asshat judge, you're not responsible for the filming rules. You're only responsible for range of motion, reps, and maybe measurements. Like if you have to measure shuttle runs or the distance of equipment. What is your guys' assumption when you hire a judge like this?
I don't want to put like a bunch of words into their mouths because I don't know this factually. I know this mostly because I've heard conversations around them, but I think that what they take into account when you bring them aboard, which they have here, is that they are supposed to verify where your camera is. Yes.
Yeah.
Do we know that?
I haven't seen it documented, but I do think that it is what they do. I know for sure that they go over like where your hips are in relation to the pad. I think you can hear Dallin talking about that on a podcast the other day.
Should I look at
Are these good? Are these good? Can I do it with my hips here? And I think that they clear all that sort of shit with the judges. That's movement standard stuff, but I think they also go into like measuring and camera placement. And I know in 2022, when you're like doing quarterfinals, it's all stuff that you were supposed to have somebody hired to do. Like you're supposed to assign a media personality to put your shit in certain spots.
Oh, like a media manager. Hey, dude, if you're an athlete at her level, you better do that. You better have someone who's like reading the instructions right then and there, who already knows them mastered.
Correct. I'm curious what year that was, and if anybody can tell me. It might have been like 21, 22.
This is so this is a shame. Well, let me go. This is going to be a digression, but let me ask you this: why would CrossFit have you wanting to face the camera? Isn't this angle better than facing anyway?
No.
I would say if you had her turn around, it would be a better angle.
Yeah.
No, but a profile is better than facing. The example they give us in this video is horrible. Like, you can't judge someone's muscle up based on looking at them like this.
You can judge it certainly better than you could if it was their butt facing.
Okay.
Yeah. Taylor, when we were doing semifinals this past weekend, we had 5 athletes doing it here. And Taylor was, reading all the rules on top of all the setup stuff. So was Lizzie. Before this workout, triple checked with Lizzie. Hey, do I need to be facing the camera on my muscle ups? Do I need to be facing any way on my back squats? And she was like, you don't need to face a certain way on your back squats. You need to face the camera on your muscle ups. And I was like, okay, good to go. And I have no chance of going anywhere from individual online semifinals. And I know CrossFit's never going to see my video or review my video. And it's still very simple to just face the correct way on the muscle ups.
During the Nopen, I went into everybody who did videos because everyone had to, and I commented on their videos with a little bet, so just so they knew I looked at it.
Yeah.
When you order something at a restaurant and you order a cheeseburger and it comes to you and it doesn't have cheese, is that your fault?
Whose fault?
Bryson's my waiter. Bryson, bring me a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Bryson shows up and it's a hamburger. It's not a cheeseburger. Is that my fault?
It is your fault.
It depends. What happened in the?
You could have gone into the kitchen and put cheese on there if you really wanted it that bad.
Did the little slip fucking tell him to get a cheeseburger?
The only way it's my fault is the fact that I ordered it.
No, dude, you might have told the chef.
Yeah, exactly. You ordered it.
I ordered it, so that's my fault. But the fact that it didn't come with cheese is Bryson's fault, or the cook's fault. And my point being is she's a fucking top 10 fucking athlete. She just wants to pay someone. She just wants to be focused on what she does. Hasn't she earned the right to just fucking do the workout and have this fucking guy in the black shirt who I don't know if she paid him. I don't know. But I'm assuming she paid him to judge her. And he takes care of everything.
I would say, especially for someone of her level, like for some like dipshit just doing for me, I also make sure I know all the rules, and like I'll ask and figure it out before and take that, into my own responsibility. But she is a 9 times games athlete or whatever. Like, she should be able to pay somebody and not have to worry about anything except doing her thing. And they should tell her, hey, you got to face the other way. Hey, you got to get your chest on the ground, whatever.
Eating beaver, no, you eat 3/4 of the hamburger, then complain and get what you ordered. I agree. Don't you hate it when they take your shit back and you're like, no, I'll eat that too. Okay.
What I think is happening with the AFJ is it's giving people false senses of security. I think I went through this last year with Bill Leahy, right? I went there. I make all these videos. He got a penalty. I'm like, shit. Yeah, that was a deserved penalty. That's my bad. Remember all that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was there. We watched the video after. Yep, totally deserved, whatever, along with everybody else. But
you admitted yourself that it was hard judging and that you saw what was wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. But we're not talking about a movement standard here. We're talking about something where literally all you had to do is face the other way and read a line in the rule book and watch the video that CrossFit put up. CrossFit doesn't put out much documentation. Like, just look at it. And it's that person's job. Explicit. And I think it's giving people like Brooke a false sense of security. Like, as long
You're
as
so stupid if the AFJ gives you a sense of security, though, dude. All they do is fuck up, and CrossFit doesn't even have anything to do with them.
Bryson, you are a media personality who knows everything going on in the space. They are not. Brooke does not have a fucking clue what's going on.
I know everything.
You think she hired God Almighty to look at her do the workouts?
Dude, does she call O'Keefe's her manager, right?
I think so.
Yes.
Okay, so
Todd, maybe
whoever's in my circle that's fucking milking me and making money from them, I fucking go scorch earth on your fucking shit.
For why?
They let her fucking publish. She has 1.8 million fucking followers. She's got to be somewhat of a fucking cash cow for them. And they let her publish a video that doesn't have her tits on the ground when the other fucking 10 athletes do have their tits on the ground. Now she's got another fucking video where she blatantly does the opposite of what the second most senior person at all of HQ, probably, of Dave, Nicole, and Adrian, have probably worked there longer than anyone. He gave the fucking order, written and verbally. Face the fucking camera. Her whole fucking sponsorship package, her chances of her maybe her last year competing, all ride on this, and it's done.
Do you think that?
And
part
she
of that
knows
is
she
because
fucked
of
up.
the-
It's not like she can argue. She can't argue. She can't argue any. I mean, this isn't even like, this isn't like, hey, I accidentally got some of my boyfriend's semen in my mouth and I didn't do testosterone. I didn't cheat. This is like guilty. Like she can't, there's nowhere she can push back. The poor girl. The poor girl's fuck. She cannot possibly.
You can
push
argue
back.
with reality. That's what you can do, and say that
Well-
your puppies are fine, and you can say that.
But she knows they're not. She's gonna have to do some sort of mental gymnastics. I don't think she does. I think she's just,
You can say, I can tell you this ain't camo, but you're gonna look at me like I'm crazy. You might be able to like say, hey, what's camo? There's no sticks and twigs on there, idiot. Like, no.
I can blame her judge all I want to because that's my agenda. But when you guys tell me she's also responsible, I have to be like, you're right. Because I can also argue my angle and live in reality.
She's
The truth is,
offloaded responsibility with the AFJ. That's what a lot of these people are doing.
I don't think that the AFJ gives her
she should sue
a sense of like comfort or whatever, or like, oh, this is a sense of security. I think that the 2016 show's capacity has let her become a little bit more relaxed.
I was about to just like
No
take it, but
shit,
that was
you
that was
really-
a good statement. Yeah,
I
You
100%
really
think that.
So you think that you drive down the street every single day doing I'll give you a better example. You see these fucking punk kids on Instagram talking shit to the cops and the cops not doing anything, and you think that kids see that and so they escalate and keep pushing the limits.
Yeah.
until the cop fights back. You want to see what that looks like? I got a video for you. It's pretty funny.
I think that she's chilling.
I'd love to
She
see it.
thinks that she's fine. And I honestly think that she's fine too. I bet you that she's not going to get a penalty.
I
She should.
agree with Bryson.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys are out of your fucking mind.
Stefan, the teams didn't get a penalty.
They admit to not watching the teams.
Hey, dude, the thing that
They're
would
going to
be
admit to not watching the individuals.
the thing that's going to be stupid,
Oh.
fucked up. The thing,
Oh.
yeah, the thing that's going to be messed up is
They
that
better do that.
They posted on Instagram on Monday, said the public review period is open. They had all of these motherfuckers go out and get their level 1s re-upped, get their level 2s re-upped, take the advanced judges courses so that they could judge. And there are now hundreds of people doing all of this review. If they do nothing, I might as well stop making YouTube videos.
They got a fucking bag from all these people who paid for the judges course and their level 1 so they could vote on all this shit, and they're not even going to fucking do anything about it.
If they don't do anything, dude, they're going to piss off so many people more than you could possibly imagine, including myself.
Her video should be invalid, and every single GHD that you can't watch, look at, and right away be like, yep, that's good, should be
Oh,
completely
someone
invalid.
sent me footage of poor Ariel's GHD today.
So
Oh,
bad.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey, here's the thing. If they say that they don't look at any of the videos, I'll give CrossFit a pass.
You're-
If they-
of course you do. You always do.
If they assess one penalty, then Brooks toast. You know what I mean? On anyone else. Like if
Dude,
we're
if
just-
they don't look at the videos and they did this whole public
did-
review thing and made people go pay for judges courses and level 1s to be able to do the public review, that is really fucking shitty. And they do not get a pass in my book.
then they don't get a pass already because they already said they didn't review the teams.
Yeah, and I think that was stupid. But they could redeem themselves with the individuals, and if they invalidate every single GHD that is basically in the top 11 and Brooks burpees, then I'm good with HQ.
You want to see the video, Sevan? I found it.
Yeah, how do I do a poll?
You look at an attractive woman.
Here we go. What is this?
What's up? What car you in?
I ain't in any of these
Let's
cars.
go. Then you got to get out. Let's go.
Nah, I don't got to go nowhere.
You live here?
I don't got. Yeah, I live here. You don't got.
Okay, what's
what
your
you walking
address?
up on me like that for? What's up?
What's your address?
Take that vest off. Come on.
Take that vest off.
Come on. Take that vest off. You know. Come on. Take that shit off. Let's get it. Let's get it, bro. What's up? What's up?
Do me a favor.
that shit
Oh
off.
my
Take that
God,
shit off.
he's talking to a cop like
Do me
that.
a favor.
Like
sit
you're
down.
not a bitch.
Ball
Take
up
that
your
shit
face.
off.
Sit down.
Come on. Nah, take that shit off. Let's get it.
Where do you live?
Your partner here like he's gonna do something. You ain't gonna do shit.
Where do you live, man?
I live right here. There ain't nothing about
What's
it.
your address?
Do something about it.
Huh?
How about that? Take your shit off.
I didn't know
Do
you
something
watch
about
stuff like this, Hiller.
it. Like I won't.
Like you what? Like you want what?
I ain't gonna say nothing on that camera.
Wait.
What do you gotta do?
Take
What do
that
you
off.
gotta do?
Pretty
Take
quick.
it off. Let me see.
Okay,
Take
take
it off.
out
Let me
the
see. Yeah.
Let me get your ID.
You ain't gonna get shit.
Okay.
Take it off and you see. Well, what you laughing for? I'm right in your shit. Take it off.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Wait a
Stop
second.
resisting. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Stop resisting. Stop
Put that
resisting.
knee on his neck,
Put
bro.
your hands behind your back.
What is he
Put your hands behind your back.
Hey, they
Oh,
only
my
did
God.
that to him because he's
Yeah,
black.
right there.
Put your hands behind your back.
What?
Put your hands behind your back. I'm a minor.
Minor.
So why'd you get him?
That's the best part of the whole.
Is that the I'm
what-
Brooke
Dude.
Wells? You're saying that I'm Brooke Wells? Is
No,
that,
no,
that's
no.
the-
I'm saying
oh.
that that's what happens when Brooke Wells gets allowed at the showed capacity thing way back when.
Taylor's in the comments saying that her hips are on top of the pad, not in front. You can literally see the top of the GHD pad.
Oh, about Ariel?
Yeah. Taylor's
But-
like, well, at least Ariel's hips are on top of the pad. You can't really tell.
Yeah, Taylor's a
That is not even close, bro. You can see the top of the GHD
okay, so
pad.
that's my point. If our very own Taylor self can argue that, there's no way. So does Brooke have people close enough to her who are like, oh my God, sweetheart, I'm so sorry. Don't worry. We're gonna get you into NorCal. We're gonna get you into Syndicate. We're gonna get you into TFX. Don't worry, I got this.
No, but I bet she has people close to her that are like, don't listen to Hiller, don't listen to Sevon, blah, blah, blah.
The thing is, dude.
Are you out of your fucking
we
mind?
We are all there is. We are the media. We are the people who talk.
We are God.
Who else are they going to listen to?
Hey, but none of us even want this to happen to her.
No, dude, this sucks.
Yeah.
I don't want this to happen to Brooke. Are you
Yeah,
kidding
even
me?
Taylor can't argue that one. I didn't see that rep, LOL.
Oh, yeah. What do you I'm trying. I want to do a poll here. I don't know how to do a poll. Like and subscribe, you jackasses. Okay, so let me just get your opinions on this. What do you think's going on in her camp now? This has to have reached her because this video. How is that video getting a lot of traction? The one you put up today? Because it is.
I think it's doing pretty good.
I normally don't send people videos unless it's like the stuff you showed me of a cop beating up a kid who deserved it. But that one I sent to a few people. I'm like, wow, this Hiller fucking nailed this one.
The first one's 365,000. The second one's 200,000.
That video you put up today already has 200,000 views.
Oh, this one's at 79. By the time tomorrow, it'll have 250,000. Dude, this first one I put up has 2,700 shares.
Is the
Okay,
first
so
one
what-
the burpee one?
Yeah.
So what is let's say Adrian Bosman and Dave are on the committee. What do they say when they see this? Like, what's Adrian say when he sees this?
Well, good thing we're not looking at the videos anyway.
Yeah, that's probably what he says. Dude, honestly, I guarantee you that the response is like, man, what the fuck? We've been doing burpees since CrossFit started. Why are they going to put us in this position? I guarantee you they don't want to fucking deal with it, and they can't even fathom how a 9 times games athlete wouldn't just fucking do a burpee.
What are they afraid of? So like when my kid says, hey, can I stay up? These are the two options. I'm either afraid of them yelling back at me or I'm afraid of them staying up too late and being pissy in the morning. So I understand. What are they afraid of if they give her the penalty? Why don't they just be like, yeah, Brooke, you fucked up. So we'll see you at NorCal. What are they afraid of?
I don't know.
Will there be blowback from the fans? Someone will de-affiliate? I mean, like, what leverage does anyone have on them?
Maybe. I mean, I
Did she
remember
do coke with someone at the game with Dave at the games one year?
I remember when like Mal stepped out of the frame on our quarterfinals video and Hiller posted a video about it and about how it should just be straight up invalidated. But also like, you know, we're all stoked to see this person who's maybe going to take down Tia while she's still in her prime. And you know, it's like when Hiller posts that, you're like, man, Hiller's right, but I also want to see Mal at the games.
Yeah.
So maybe it is they're scared of like blowback from the fans because there's a lot of people who probably feel that way about Brooke. But it doesn't matter how you feel about it. It just is what it is. If she didn't do the workouts, then the penalty should be assessed. She should have a 0 score on that workout. She didn't do a single burpee in the first round.
Qualifier to the CrossFit fucking games.
Say that again. Say that again.
It's a direct qualifier to the CrossFit games.
Right. 1 of 30 spots. Do it right.
I started making videos because of 2021. I got to watch the update show when people like Katrin were stepping over the bar. Katrin David's daughter, who had won the CrossFit games twice at that point, is Ben Bergeron in her corner, one of the best coaches of all time. And she's stepping over the bar. And my dumbass, who was competing in that same year, got to like, oh, let's see how everyone did. And I got to watch that shit. So what people like Brooke probably don't know is that 3 of her competitors are the ones sending me that shit. Because they're pissed. Right? Because you know what they did? Fine-tuned the freaking standards. And that's that video.
By the way, what Hiller said there is really important. Remember, so many people will be blaming Hiller, but don't forget, like Hiller doesn't spend 24 hours a day scanning the internet. He spends a couple hours or an hour in his DMs just getting stuff from people. And who the fuck do you think sends that to him? Hiller, what did you mean when you said, oh shit, sorry, you said, oh, we're all there is? What do you mean? Like, you said there's no one else chiming in the media space, like to do. What do you mean we're all that there is?
You can listen to the morning chalk up a week late on current happenings, but it's like this podcast. There's Spin, there's Pedro, there's there's Get with the programming and all that. There's my YouTube channel, but like, what else is there? Amanda Hari's making a scene. Like people are getting on the Amanda Hari train. Lauren Khalil does like her weekly show, but like, what is there? Media or CrossFit. Like, who's going to talk about what? Keeping It Real has got a good Instagram page, and he makes some videos recently. But like,
Jenny's just on a fucking tear.
Yeah, I would say that's like the Sevon podcast, right?
Yeah.
So like outside of like the Sevon station, like, who's going to be talking about what?
Well, also to Hiller's point about like the competitors being upset about it, it's not even just, oh, this is going to upset Brooke. What do? We can't do this. It's going to upset Brooke. What about fucking Amy Kringle or whoever's in 12th right now and missing the games by a spot?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. And it's to the games, Bryson.
Yeah. I'm more concerned with how the other people feel who did it right than how the person who broke the rules feels. I don't give a fuck.
Let me ask you this really quick. Every one of those burpees, how many burpees were there total in that workout?
As many as you could get.
I think she was like in the 50s.
Okay.
Maybe 60s.
And so basically it's a shorter range of motion so you can do them faster, but also it's less fatigue.
Yep.
Okay.
So I got a clean and jerk workout, so triceps get fried.
But it also doesn't matter if it's less range of motion or less fatigue. She didn't do it to the standard. You could do something that's harder. It doesn't matter if she does 225 power cleans afterwards. Like, oh, well, that's harder than a burpee, so it should still count. It doesn't matter. You didn't do what the games told you to do.
What was that workout? The number, the burpee one?
Workout 4. Hey, I had this conversation with somebody 2 days ago about range of motion. And like, if you go to the level 1, it's all about a math equation. And you would think that the people at CrossFit, which I don't think that they do, say, if you're going to do 100 deadlifts at 225 and you're 5'6", this is how much power you output. And if you're missing range of motion, the way Brooke is on the burpee, she's missing power output. She didn't deserve the score based upon like the equation you think that they're putting in. It starts at the day you come into the CrossFit gym and it gets shat out the other end with Brooke Wells' score ideally. But it didn't because she didn't do it. And like people forget that.
Yeah, it knocks her down. It knocks her down quite a bit.
And I guess I just don't know like how many people even consider that. Bryce, do you think about it that way?
Oh yeah, that's what I think about all the time. That's what I think about every time me and fucking John, when John's like, oh, you and Taylor are a little too anal about standards. It's like, hey dude, I don't care if it's not a thing like, oh, it's close enough. It's yes or no. You do the full range of motion, and now we have the formula for how much power you output over that course of time, or you don't do the full range of motion, and we have no fucking idea. It's yes or no. It's not close enough or kind of close, or I'll give it to them. It's yes or fucking no. I think about that all the time. That's what CrossFit is.
Oh, I know this is just speculation, but what do you think makes them decide? So there's obviously looking at the video, people are saying she's friends with Dave. There's the influence, maybe her manager O'Keefe has with being friends with Dawn. There's what opportunities she has left in the season. Do you think that they take that whole picture in, or do you think that there's someone like you guys there who's like, hey, she broke the rules, you're out?
There should be someone there who's like, hey, she broke the rules, she's out.
I mean, if it's anything like last year, there's a chance. I mean, if it is exactly like last year, there's a chance they don't even look at this workout. Meaning they looked at the step-up workout last year, and they kind of went pretty deep on it, and everyone who deserved a penalty got a penalty.
Well, it goes back to the public review thing. If they don't look at this workout because they just choose one, and it's not this one, what the fuck is the point of the public review? What the fuck is the point of all these people getting their judges course?
I wonder how much money they made on that. And if they made all that money to no avail, that would really suck.
How is the video doing in terms of public review? How do you find it? You just type in Brooke Wells into YouTube?
You go to the leaderboard.
Oh, okay.
And if you look at her workout 4, it currently has 200 needs reviews. And if you go to her first workout, it's got 58.
Oh shit! So it's a 200 good and it's 7 good and 200 review.
Correct.
Wow.
If that is not enough for them to do something, then the public review thing is a fucking joke.
Well, they need to at least review it. They need to review it. They could review it and be like, "Hey, it doesn't matter."
They could, but then I don't know.
Did you see the other post I put up on my Instagram? The burpee one. It was Solberg. It was somewhere within the last day. This will be a good add to the show, I think. And I know Bryce and I probably feel the same way, and you will disagree with us. But
let me ask you guys one more question before I show you this Solberg video. Do you think that it was a mistake that they said face the camera in that video? Do you think? No. Okay. You think that's fine that Adrian said that? You don't think that they set people up for failure? It's fine.
No, you need to face.
It says 1 rep penalty when you don't face.
I know, but do you think sometimes they do stuff like don't face the bar and turn around, and no one does that? Like, is this one of those dumb things?
No, that is correct, and they need to say that because it's, again, like we were talking about earlier, it's way easier to judge in a video if someone is locking out in a support position when they're facing.
Okay. All right. What's wrong with this?
You tell me.
In 2021, Katrin Davidsdottir got a 22-second penalty on Gretel for stepping over the bar in the online semifinal. In 2025, Andrea Solberg completed workout 4 doing what would be considered the lateral equivalent.
I guess I wanted you to tell me without reading first. But
it's okay. I still don't understand. What is she supposed to jump over the bar?
Does that look like a burpee? Like, does it look how everyone else gets over the bar?
I honestly don't know, but there should be a rule that both your feet have to leave the ground at the same time, shouldn't there?
There once was.
There once was, but that rule also got sketchy.
I think that basically in 2018, I think it was.
That sounds right. I always thought that it would be so easy to just say both feet have to be higher than the bar at the same time, at some point at the same time.
I mean, that would be pretty simple, right?
That seems so easy.
My issue with this and everything that's going on at the moment is that this is clearly different than the way everyone else was doing it.
How did other people do it? More like how Ricky was doing it? Both feet jump at the same time?
No, he's also different, but at least he's jumping.
And you're just saying this is a step. I mean, I agree. This is a step. This isn't jumping. This is a step.
If you asked the top 20 people on the leaderboard if they wanted to do this, they would say yes. If you asked those same top 20 if they would have done it considering the online review, I bet they all say no.
Yeah.
They don't want to risk it.
Would you want to do that versus would you risk doing that?
Yeah, this is much easier. And the slippery slope part of this, the GHD and the burpees with Brooke and not touching her chest, is that everything turns into this if you don't make an example of it.
Yep.
Hey, if we had Brooks cohort, the top 100 athletes vote anonymously, are those burpees legit? How would they vote, you think?
Every single one would say that it should be invalid.
If they could do it in private.
I bet, hey dude, no. I bet that at least 20% would be like, I don't trust that it's actually anonymous.
Right. Right. And what what percentage do you think that she should be penalized for not following the rules of facing the camera?
It depends on the number of them that actually looked at the rules, and I would bet that it would be most of them, if not all of them.
So you think that that's also important for Brooke to know, like, hey, you might be surrounded by people who are telling you that's fucked up, but don't be stupid. Behind your back, they all know you fucked up.
Uh-oh.
What's that? That's the poll?
The poll. 95%
of the people say she fucked up. Hey, do any of these athletes ever reach out to you? Has she reached out to you, Hiller? Have you talked to her?
Brooke?
Yeah.
I have.
On the phone?
Message.
Can you share? How did it go? Is she mad at you, or how does it go? Does she like what? How can you share anything about the details? No detail. Okay.
I generally don't.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, I chatted with her a bit.
Oh, that must be intense.
It was actually in my car when I was talking to her.
Okay. Does that make it more intense or less intense?
Well, you said I was in a tent.
In a tent. Right. Sorry. I get confused. I forget that you get out of your tent sometimes.
No, it was intense. Yeah. But like, I just don't want to chat too much about it. When they talk to me, it's like, I usually keep it pretty close.
In all these years, so I did see you've had similar issues with Danny Spiegel, right?
I talked to her too.
Oh, you have talked to her, but
I saw that
in person, right?
Yeah, I was like 10 feet away.
That was wild.
and then Hip and Still, you spoke with Hip and Still. That was really intense. You guys had that. So I would even call it a confrontation at the bar, the beer garden at the games.
That was stupid intense.
Yeah, stupid intense. And that was streamed live. That was wild. It turned to like, hey, don't touch me or don't touch my camera shit. Anyway, so, but what's going to go on though? Why hasn't anything shifted? Why are there you've been writing people about the rules for so long, and now there's a premier athlete that has two like epic blunders in the same semifinals. What aren't people learning?
It's what I told you about what Bryson was saying earlier. They just don't have the same reality that people like Bryson do, and they pay attention. I think the AFJ ruins them. That is if the AFJ misses stuff like this.
What about the people who we know pay attention, like someone like Dallin, whose GHD should be invalid? And
he's aware of it, dude. He said it on that podcast with Justin. They're talking about it. They're like, "Hey, we're nuked."
So why just not do it right? Justin too.
That's a great ass question.
And I don't even know if Justin's. I don't know. Justin's probably one of the people who has a different reality.
No. Justin said, he goes, "Hey, I've been doing it like this way for 6 years, and I guess my time will come if my time comes at this point." But it's 6 years versus one instance at this point, and I guess it's probably the same thing with Brooke, right? She's got 11 years or 12 of burpees, and like, who's ever said
just don't do anything right on online qualifiers, and they'll just say I showed capacity and let me go. So why would I do it right?
Someone needs to tell her in her circle right when they see the first one.
That won't happen.
I mean, they should, but I don't know why they.
Right.
I don't know why they wouldn't.
Well, it's the same reason.
I wonder if it's just me and all my commenters that she's seen.
Well, it's the same reason why for some reason, you guys don't think CrossFit's going to do anything. If CrossFit gives one penalty, then they better give all the fucking penalties. You know what I mean? Like if they're gonna be like, hey, someone pushed back on their at the top of their muscle ups, they better fucking go. They better get everybody. Boy, they're gonna have a busy 2 weeks.
The worst I've ever seen.
Kerstetter's muscle ups.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that right?
So
next up, Kerstetter. All right. Jeez Louise.
Hey, It applies to like I don't know. I honestly wish I knew more about how the games did this shit.
I don't think they know. I don't think they know. Hey, what do you think? What do you think they do? You think that someone does the math? Let me think of some really nefarious shit here, some really sketchy shit. You think they're like, okay, Brooke, if we give you a 15% penalty, you still qualify and it's cool. You think they like? You think you know what I mean? If we give you 20%, you're out. So we only made it 14.9%.
No,
I bet they've done that before. I bet that's happened before, 100%.
Hey, here's the reality of the situation is. Let's say CrossFit Games goes, we're going to hire Andrew Hiller to be the head judge of the online review.
Yeah.
And let's say if I were in control here, I look at that and I go, her chest doesn't touch the ground. She gets whatever penalty is deserved as we've decided by the team. It's easy. I don't know if there's that character over there, but if you play that scenario out, Brooke and her camp would probably be looking at it saying, fuck CrossFit for bringing him in. Not why didn't you touch your chest? It's the same situation.
Why didn't we no rep you for not touching your chest?
The unfortunate part of it is that I don't think they're going to do that.
Look at this. Look at this. The AFJ should have a video review process before submitting.
Yeah, if they paid. I mean, dude, imagine you're Brooke Wells, Bryson.
I can't imagine being that stupid.
Oh, shit. That's not what I was meaning. What I've imagined is, let's say you send $1,000 to the AFJ. You think you're clear. Because what is the AFJ? Oh, it's the online judging thing. I'm good.
But how are you that dumb to think that they're worth fucking anything? They're just a bunch of...
Bryson, for 3 seconds, forget the fact that you know what they are and how they do things. You just sent the judging organization money. Maybe $10,000. And the more money you send them, the more valid you believe your shit is.
Yes, I agree. I don't think
bring Sousa on. Sousa knows that. It's like, oh, the judges are $10,000, $100,000. It's like, God, my burpees must be phenomenal.
Oh, dude, I can't play the game. I can't even pretend.
Nice job.
Hey, but she's not. What makes you think she's stupid? She didn't do it. I mean,
because she trusted the ASJ.
She doesn't know, Bryson. They don't know.
Yeah. That's called being stupid, not knowing things.
Hey,
she's an athlete.
I can't say whether she's stupid or not, but if you're 11 years in, here's a great litmus test for you, Brooke. If you're this far in and you don't have anyone around you being honest at this point, your radar is broken. If you don't have someone being like, "Hey, dude, you need to revamp all your management and all your closest people to you," because these are two really big fuck ups.
All right, Bryson, riddle me this one. Someone says that they've seen you on a podcast. Are you more shocked that they've watched it, or are you shocked that they have never seen you say a word on the internet?
I'm shocked that they've watched it.
Now apply that to Brooke and any internet content in relation to CrossFit. You should be shocked she knows anything about the AFJ.
Yeah,
it's her world.
You're right. But here's the thing. Right. But here's the thing. I finally got what Hiller's saying. Thank you for dumbing it down for me and Bryson. Brooke, someone just told Brooke, don't worry, there's these professional judges. Hey, these are the same idiots that think the PFAA is something besides just like 3 papers in Bryce Mitchell's, Brent Fikowski's drawer.
Bryce
like
Mitchell.
there's no such thing as the PFAA. It's just like 3 papers in Fikowski's drawer, and they have a website. And so people are like, why doesn't CrossFit work with them? That's what Hiller's saying. Hiller's saying like someone like literally told, probably Brooke's completely ignorant, and they're like, hey Brooke, there's this professional judges association, and she believes that. She hears the words professional and she's like, okay. You get what I'm saying?
And in theory, it should be a phenomenal like check mark for her.
Yeah, but there's no such thing. It's just fake. It's just posturing. It's like beyond imposter syndrome. It's the same thing like Brent Fikowski has. It's like the pro card at the World Fitness Project. There's probably some athletes who think they're pro because they, not Justin, because I have his pro card, but there's some athletes who think they're pro because they got a fucking pro card from what are those machines called where you put plastic over a piece of paper?
Laminator.
Yeah. WTF got a laminator and make people pro. I know, Bryson, it's hard to get your head wrapped around how.
No, I mean, I think that that's what the ASJ is. Like, it's a bunch of narcissistic people who want to be important and like think that makes them important.
I don't think that's true either. I think that they think that they're helping.
Bryson can't help every time he talks about someone ripping their balls off.
All these
Hello, how are you?
narcissistic bastards.
They're just
dude. They're trying to help.
They're trying. Yeah, they're trying.
But they're just. Isn't there a book called "When Helping Hurts"?
But why do you even think
they're
that
not
you're...
commensurate? They're not commensurate in their capabilities. Brooke's capabilities as a CrossFitter are 1,000 times higher than the ASJ's at judging. And so they're not commensurate. She's expecting the same level of professionalism because what you're saying is fair, Bryce. And no one's saying what you're saying is wrong. But what Hiller's saying is they just don't know. People just don't know. And we get confused how dumb everyone is around us because we have an IQ of 70 and everyone else is at 40. Like she's probably spends more time picking out underwear and shorts and tops that she's going to wear than she does on anything else.
That is a great statement. She certainly does. She knows much more about that than she does about the person who's judging her during the competition.
She knows
right,
what
and
angle.
I don't know, and I don't know shit about that. And just because I want to help and I want her outfit to look good doesn't mean that I think that, oh, I want to so bad, so that means I'm worthy of helping and I have good input. Just because I want to help and I think I'm doing the right thing doesn't mean I am. The ASJ, I'm sure they all want to help, but they have no business fucking helping.
Correct. I agree.
They're not doing anything. They have no reason to be
they
the
hurt
people
her.
who, yeah, exactly. They have no reason to think that they're the people who need to do that job.
And I hurt Bill Leahy last year.
Yeah, like you hurt Leahy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you were devastated by it.
Yeah, that sucked.
You went dark for about a week. Devesh Maharaj, she obviously knows it's not a burpee. I don't know that, but okay, I'll play along. Her job is to ride the line on the standards to move as quickly as possible and trust the judge she paid for to make sure she meets the current standards. But dude, this time was different, Devesh, because there's cameras and the world's going to judge, as it should be.
It's not these athletes' job to ride the standard. I'm so fucking sick of people talking about that and using that as an argument for people moving like shit. It is not their job to ride the fucking standard. Their job is to move to standard and do it faster than anybody else.
And by the way, I don't know Brooke's stance on this. I don't know if Brooke's no one should think Brooke's defending it. I'm going to go with the assumption that she knows this is really bad for her and that she fucked up really bad. I'm going to go with that. So I don't want anyone to think, and that Brooke should also know that, like, hey, there's if you don't know that and people around you aren't telling you that, then you have way bigger problems than your range of motion. I mean, way bigger. And then yeah, I have to assume though she knows. She's not blind, right? We're not completely delusional, right? We can see her chest didn't touch. That's good.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
That's
we can
our
see,
reality.
We can see that she turned her back to the camera when it says face it. Yeah.
Correct.
And here's the other thing too. I don't think that this is such a big deal that let's say CrossFit doesn't assess her a penalty. Then for another 2 weeks, we'll talk about how dipshits CrossFits are. But when Brooke wins the games this year, if she were to win it, no one is going to say she's not the games champ because she shouldn't have made it there based on semifinals. I don't think anyone's going to drag it that far. Do you?
No. But she ain't winning
I wouldn't
games
say
either.
she's not the games champ, but I would have said she shouldn't have been there.
Right. Right.
It'd be hard to say that if she finishes at the top 5 or top 10 even, that she shouldn't have been there. And like, fuck, it's hard to say you should be anywhere, but like, it's so simple.
This is a fucking this one fucks me up too. I hate this question, but it needs to be addressed. Sean Jozwiak, Polish man. If Syria had a video like this, would CrossFit penalize it?
I don't think it would make a difference. I think if CrossFit doesn't penalize Brooke, they wouldn't have penalized Sierra.
I don't know, dude. That kind of fucks me up. I think this guy's kind of fucking with my emotional peanut a little bit. I'm going to be honest. I don't think they think twice about her and they fucking penalize her.
I think we have certainly thought more about this entirely than they have at all or will.
Yes.
At all.
Yes.
That's almost certain.
I want to. I have a problem here because I want to say they don't play any favoritism towards Brooke, but when you couch it like this, I must be in denial.
I mean, hell, Kale Lehman's still sitting in 5th in the Open. So,
Bryson, you're conflating a professional CrossFit athlete versus a CrossFitter. No, I'm fucking not. Nowhere in a professional CrossFit athlete's job description does it say skirt the lines and get a few no reps. You're supposed to not get no reps. You're supposed to move to standard and do the work that's given to you. What a stupid thing to say.
Fact.
Oh, let me see. I think we got a video that might need to be pulled up.
Bro,
Oh, geez.
what do you got?
It's just Ariel Lowen, dude. It's like I can't do that to her. I'll let someone else do that to her.
I'll do it. Let's do it.
Oh my god. Damn.
Should I pull up Olivia's muscle ups?
No. Hiller's got to go.
I'll be all right.
Okay. I at some point I feel like
I just got a text from another athlete, a competitor of Brooks. Have you stalked my videos?
Oh.
I'll just respond, obviously.
Yeah, the thing is if we bring up Kerstetter, if we bring up Ariel, it's gonna seem like we're scorched earth. And like I would love to do a show like that, like it would be funny. But the point of this is that what? The point of this is that she didn't follow the rules. The ASJ is now once again at the center of not implementing the rules. And what's CrossFit going to do about it this time?
There's a question here from.
And at what point as an athlete, if you're an athlete, at what point do you change your camp? Are you like, wow, it's time to rework who I'm dealing with? I don't think she called that ASJ dude. You have to assume O'Keefe or someone organized that for her, or a Cooper or whatever. Is she a lab management person?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
I don't think so.
Oh, you have to assume someone did that for her. It's not that I don't want to hurt their feelings. I don't want to detract away from the show. If we just start pulling up every athlete that fucked up, I'm up for doing that show, but I think it'll pull away from this show. And it'll just make it seem like, hey, those guys are assholes and went scorched earth. And I know what you're saying, but I'll do a show like that later.
Yeah,
if you want.
I also think that every single one of the people who do have fucked up videos, every single one of them is just as important as the Brooke. The Brooke one is just stupid because it's burpees. Like, dude, how do you fuck up burpees?
Yeah, man. Can I say that there's a large part of me that, for as excited as I was for all the videos to be out there, that I also wasn't going to say anything because I didn't want it to influence like the ways people's seasons could go. But when it's something as evident as what's happening with Brooke here, and also when you look at the rest of the competition and they're all fine, like there's nothing that's going wrong, like you talk about it. And it's a deserved talk.
Unknowable. They only penalized Paige because CrossFit knew she is a big name and it would cause shock and drama, but also Paige knew she wanted a kid. Everything is fake news to create more hype for CrossFit.
Yeah, how did he know that?
I don't believe any of that for a second. I don't believe any of that for a second. Is that guy trolling us?
Yes.
No, the unknowable it's a big account. This guy knows stuff.
Bernie Gannon, with regard to purposely gaming the standards, are things worse than ever now, or is there just more attention to it? Andrew, yeah, I was wondering that on the ride over.
I think it's worse than ever.
It's once you hit a certain time on Fran, there's only certain ways to go faster. Like once you broke the 3-minute Fran, you just get better, you get fitter. But once you break the 2-minute Fran, you're either 5'4" or you're skirting the thruster depth. And I think that's happening a lot with a lot of this stuff. Like once you want to get to the top of the leaderboard, you're either Jeff Adler and a god, Matt Fraser, or you're doing some nefarious shit to
that doesn't apply here though, because people beat Brooke with good burpees.
Well, maybe Brooke should have just gotten a lesser score and then she wouldn't be in the top. It applies on like the spectrum.
I don't know. I think it applies. Yeah, relatively it applies.
She's not trying to get the best score, Bryson, but it's an undeserved score. Because like if she had done the full movement the whole time, she'd probably get 5-6 burpees less.
Yeah, and I agree, but I'm just saying I think it's more common now. I don't think she's doing it because she thinks, oh, I've maxed out my ability to get fitter and do better on this workout. It's not because she's like, oh, you can't get more than 60 reps or you can't get more than 50 reps without doing some no reps. She knows that's not true.
Knows what's not true.
That she has maxed out her fitness on that workout, and the only way for her to go any faster is to do bad no rep burpees.
I don't think she's doing it like and thinking about doing it, but it is being done.
Yeah, it's just cheating though. It's not because that's the only way she can go faster. It's just straight up cheating.
If you
it's more common
her,
now than it used to be.
Let's say this video never came out. I mean, now she knows. But if this video never came out and you asked her, "Hey, were all your burpees good?" and she would say, "Yeah," and be like, "Your chest touched the ground." She'd be like, "Yep."
Yes and yes.
Yeah, I believe that. I think she's probably tripping. Like, holy, wouldn't you be like? What would you do if you submitted that? If this was you, Bryson, wouldn't you turn to Taylor and Lizzie and be like, and Maris and be like, "What the fuck, you guys?"
Yeah, I'd delete it.
Fuck. No, but wouldn't you be like, wouldn't you be like, why didn't anyone tell me?
Yeah.
Bryson's nutsack would fall off. He'd be like, "Oh my god."
My first reaction, though, this goes back to like all the way to what we said in the beginning of the video or the show. My first reaction would be like, what the fuck was I doing? My first reaction wouldn't be to be like, why didn't my judge no rep me? My first reaction would be like, what the hell? Why am I moving like that? I never moved like that. Why would I do that?
By the way, bigger tits don't really help. They don't.
Yes, they do.
No.
They do.
No.
You're wrong.
No.
I mean, they would help with her specific issue, but then it's more weight you have to push off the floor.
You think if her you think if her tits were bigger, they would have touched the ground?
I mean, how much bigger? Yes.
I hear a little kid. Where are you?
I'm in the front room of the gym. They just walked out.
Oh, no wonder you're on your best behavior. All right. Did we pretty much have we completely molded this over? Are there
I think
any
one of the best things I've actually heard came from Taylor, or maybe it was Bryson, but it was on a show with the two of you. And it's like, it's the same thing. If your chest doesn't touch the bar, chest to bar pull up, it doesn't matter if you did 98% of the work. The rep is completed when you see the chest touch the bar.
I think Taylor probably
and like no one argues that.
Right.
Like
I've never heard that argued. That's a great point. I've never heard anyone say like it was close enough on a chest to bar. No one ever argues that.
When if for some reason, I don't know why the burpee is not like the spectrum of the squat, and people are looking at Josh Bridges doing squats and they're like, yeah, it's fucking close enough. It's like, no, it's not.
Yeah, it's a yes or no, and which is also why when they do assess penalties, it's not like 15% penalty for each rep. It should be every rep that she counted that her chest did not touch the ground should just be a 0. You take it off her score. And in this case, every single burpee is like that. So she would have
not everyone, because in the earlier rounds, they're different looking, which makes you also know it's a fatigue thing, knowing it's an undeserved score because she would have slowed down.
Yeah.
It happens with fatigue.
Yeah, so count whichever ones that her chest touches the ground in the beginning. But then also with this workout, if you don't get one burpee, you can't continue. So if there is a round before the last one where every single burpee, her chest doesn't touch the ground, everyone after that doesn't count either.
You want to know what really pisses me off too about people telling me I can't slow shit down?
Yes.
Like, why do they think that I do it in the first place? You honest to God think I'm sitting here all day and I'm like 20% speed on everyone's video? I'm not just watching everyone's video. I'm
you know which one to slow down.
You know to slow them down because they look like garbage from the front.
Yeah.
And then the only reason I slowed them down is so I don't get into arguments with dipshits on the internet trying to say, it touched. It's like, no, it fucking didn't. and now you can see it. So everyone's making the don't slow it down argument. Like, shut the hell up.
Hillard making 2 back-to-back best points for the end of the show. The chest to bar one's really fucking good. That's crazy. I can't believe I never thought of that.
That was a Taylor, I think. And Taylor also made the dumbest point in the history of internet this morning.
Oh, tell me. Let's get some balance in the universe.
I don't think that there's 5 people on the internet who'd be able to 5 people in the world who'd beat Tia at the CrossFit Games with the men's weights.
For Nancy. Or was he talking about Nancy specifically?
He said he doesn't think that Jason Hopper could beat Tia at the CrossFit Games. I'm like, you're out of your goddamn mind.
Dude, take the 40 fittest men at the games and then take the next 40 down.
Yeah.
And the next 40 down after that, and the next 40 down after that, and they'd all beat Tia at the men's.
It was the worst thing I'd ever heard in the internet, ever. And I've heard some stuff. I've watched all of Sporty Bet's content, and that's worse than all of it.
Some guy wants to buy my motorcycle.
You don't have a motorcycle.
Yeah, well, I got a bunch of motorcycles, but I have this 2014 Harley Slim that's so tricked out with the biggest, craziest engine. He offered me $4,000.
That's not.
I looked at the shittiest slim on the internet, and it was fucking between 10 and 12 grand. Mine's got to be worth at least 16. Now he's saying, then he offered me 6. Now he's like, how much? It's like, I don't even want to talk to him.
I'd rather just give it.
Look, Grant agrees with Taylor. That's how you know it's fucked.
Why? What'd he say?
No, he's
Well, just
supporting
our
him in insanity. That's different than agreeing with. Like,
Listen to
I can support Brooke and not agree with her burpees.
So listen, if Brooke Wells gets screwed this year, what do you mean screwed? She screwed herself. She's already screwed.
She's not getting screwed.
That's the problem. She's already screwed.
Do people not understand why the fuck we go to school? Like, why does anyone take a history class or a science class or a math class? Like, the entire point of taking history is so that you know what happens. So the answer to this question, if you're insinuating that screwed means that she did something that is unjust, which is untrue, you can point to the burpees, and in the future, I can put out a video saying, look what happens to Brooke. It's a history lesson. It's why we go to school.
This is a good comment. Held accountable. Yeah, she's not getting screwed. She's being held accountable for.
If she's not held accountable, it's going to make her look bad. If she gets held accountable, she's going to be bummed. Either way, like, I just want to find one person who's just like, no, those are legit. Have we seen anyone in the comments who thinks her shit's legit? I just want to find one person. I want to talk. I wish I could.
Grant, keeping it real, thinks that her burpees are good.
No, he's trolling.
I can go through my.
He's not trolling.
Here, I'll go through my poll, and I'll tell you the 5% of people who said yes. Let's see if there's any names I can pick out in here. Laura Ford voted yes. Just random people.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Aaron
Grant did a Google search of what is a chest, and it said something about a rib cage, and now he's like, oh, the bottom of her ribs are touching the ground. It's good.
Oh no, someone said yes, but I can't say it on the show.
It's his wife. It's Hiller's wife.
It's in the private chat. It's in the private chat.
Oh shit.
I think that's funny. I don't think that's bad. I think that's kind of like a troll post. Like, it's.
Do you think? Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think they really think that.
I don't think they actually think that.
It was her dad. Man, oh man. Yeah, if I was her dad too, I would also vote. Her shit's legit.
That might be the only name that I recognize in here too. Oh, that and Fraser.
Fraser voted on yours?
No.
Oh.
Keeping it real, he did actually vote yes. I found his name. This is the first time I've ever gone through one of these to see who voted on what. Alexis gets mad at me for that. She goes, "You never look." I go, "I don't want to know who said what. I just want to know what the percentages were and the number."
You just start hating.
Yeah, I don't want to hate people.
All right.
I feel like there's something else to talk about. Damn.
GHDs.
Are you guys going to do W coverage this weekend? I didn't even know it was this weekend. I thought French Throwdown was this weekend.
It is.
I don't even know where to watch the W thing. It's
Taylor
not
texted me to figure out who voted yes.
Can I bring up a post real quick in relation to that? Do you mind?
Please. No, please.
I don't. Yeah, it's on Twitter.
I like Twitter. That's my new home.
I like posting to Twitter because it's just enough. Here we go. This is Joe Rogan, who has Mr. Beast on, and he's talking about posting to YouTube.
You could have your own servers, your own website, your own deals with advertisers where you get 100% of the revenue rather than,
I love YouTube. I mean, like, you got to think about it like YouTube comes pre-installed on Android. Obviously Google owns YouTube, or Alphabet, but also Google. And so people go there through Google. I mean, like, all roads point to YouTube. Yeah. I love being the biggest creator on YouTube. I fuck going and doing my own thing. That sounds stupid. Like, hell no. Like, I can have, one of the largest audiences in the world. And I instead of thinking about building my own platform, I'd rather think about building businesses, leveraging my audience off of YouTube, like, like Beast Burger and our snack brand and other stuff like that. I feel like that's a better use of time instead of just nuking my audience.
Well, I don't think it would nuke your audience. My point is, I think you're so big that you would just transfer anywhere.
Yeah, but you would take that, but then you don't have because we're constantly gaining new growth.
Oh shit, Joe hates him.
On the main channel alone, we're the most subscribed to channel in the world. We gained 36 million subscribers on the main channel. Like,
really?
If I had my own platform, it'd be like 1 or 2 million. You know what I mean? Right. So it's like, and it's still going up. Across all the channels, we're getting like 7 million subscribers a month. Like that would just plummet if I used my own platform.
You understand like the relevance of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Go ahead. Tell me.
That
he needs to be more open-minded and do both.
Oh, wow. No, that is not what I thought about it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
When I was listening to Peter's show and they're talking to Saxon and Will and Jackson, they're saying that they're not going to be hosting on YouTube. And that person that is on Joe Rogan has thought more about the presentation and where to present content than any person on the face of the planet. Also, as a result of that, more people know about that person than probably anybody else on the planet. Whether or not you've watched it, you probably know who he is.
Yes.
And it's the biggest mistake that a new organization could make to not host their shit on an open platform with apps installed on everybody's devices. Like everyone has it on their Apple and Android.
It is. I'd be curious what the thought process was. The only justification I've heard is there were some options that their private platform had that YouTube didn't offer. But like, I'd rather shoot on a potato camera on YouTube than in 12K on my own platform. So I can't imagine what was so nice over on their own.
Also a false. I mean, that's a lie. It's an entire lie. I mean, just open up separate streams on the same channel and post them in different languages.
Oh, so it was the language thing you're saying that they did? It was for the I didn't know that was the reason.
Also, Jackson didn't seem to realize that there's no such language as Brazilian.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. Wow. Ouch. Well, that could happen to anyone. He's a young man.
Yeah.
Someone told me today, they said, Sevon, you are so stupid. And I said, please tell me why. And they said, you are critiquing people who are half your age, 1/10 the life experience, yet think they're twice as smart as you. And until you realize that, nothing they will do will shock you.
Wait. Nothing they will do will shock you. Everything they
Once I realize, like, I always forget I'm twice their age. I have 10x the life experience, and that's being really conservative. But they think they're twice as smart as me. Like, they're at that age where they're really dumb. These people that were like these athletes
and me.
But what's worse is they think they're really smart. Like, remember what you were like when you were Bryson's age. Bryson, how old are you?
25.
Oh yeah, Bryson's in the thick of it. Bryson thinks he's so smart.
I know it.
See?
There's an LMFAO song about that.
Yeah. You'll pull out. Don't worry, Bryson. You'll pull out of it. We're here for you. We can get you through this section.
Do people not know like what you've done? They just don't. The homeless thing is crazy. The countries you've been to, the populations you've seen is crazy.
The 3,000 threesomes I've had.
Yeah. How many? We were talking about something yesterday that's kind of crazy, and we're like, hey, how many of the CrossFitters do you think have been in this situation?
Would you call it the devil's weed?
Devil's threesome.
Oh yeah, devil's threesome.
You ever had a devil's threesome, Bryson?
No.
You know what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2 dudes.
Sevon's been having sex longer than Bryson's alive. All right, I'm going to work out. Thank you guys for doing the show last minute.
Crazy, dude.
What? That I'm working out?
No, you've been having sex longer than Bryson's been alive. Me too.
I know. I've used more condoms than Bryson's had sex.
That's a mess. That's a mistake.
Do you think that's true?
No,
I think it's true. I think he uses way too many condoms.
No, I think you're a fucking virgin.
True. Me and Maris aren't married.
Sevon, I just realized what you mean when you say standy. I thought a standy was when you do a bowel movement while standing. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
That would be the grossest poop of all time.
No. Okay, love you guys. Brooke, you'll get through this, girl. We'll see you at NorCal. Call Blair Morrison or Ben Alderman. They're really cool. Or check in with Wilson Pack for Syndicate. Or have one of these wealthy sponsors of yours fly you out to French Throwdown. And fucking can maybe you can fly first class there right now, and they can put up a lane for you. I'm sure you're gonna get it done. And then let me know if you want some advice on putting it together a new team Souza and Pedro could help get you a good holistic team around you to prevent these things from happening in the future. All right, guys. Bryson, thank you. Andrew, thank you. See you guys later.